Yo, welcome to another episode of Get Rich and Fit Tryin. So after a couple trials and errors, we finally got everything right. So now we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. All right, good morning. Good morning. My neighbors. Let me make sure my camera is the way I want it. I think it looks good. Woo! What a day. Looks like we're going to get some news in a little bit. I want to start on that side first. There's nothing that was really there for 8:30. There was retail sales and everything, which has an effect. But I think they were just going to be light, and you could see it with the price action. I had a feeling that that was going to be the case. I think the true statement is going to be set at Michigan sentiment. That's the one that's going to really drive the market where it needs to go. Let me go ahead and get my chart loaded up because this is not this one. Let's go ahead and get my 8 grid. There we go. Let's get this going. Put that up front. So when we kind of pushed right back into this area, right, it kind of looks like a W, like we're going to continue up. But I have some question marks, and I think we just need some catalyst when it's all said and done. So let's see how that catalyst pans out, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and switch up the screen and start running to a gambit. As you know, there was a couple of things that I did not cover because BYTTT early morning is only up until Thursdays now. We're not doing it Friday morning anymore because it's usually light informations on Fridays. And then we're going to be doing after the trade. So I would love to recap everything that happened throughout the week. That way you can be able to make some sound decisions and become a better trader. Everything that I do is built around that. All right, the market's open, and we got a couple of things that's keying off. You see what? You see that drop? You see how they just went ahead and violently rejected that whole entire area after they just dropped that whole entire look what 830 does. 830 does this. We're dancing. Oh, this is support. This is support. And then now they're dropping the hammer coming in. I think there's still a lot more junk that's going to be coming in. Let's get rid of this stranger danger and everything else because I think they're going to be playing around with the market as we are getting closer to 10 o'clock. So just be conscious of that. Don't just run and race to get into the market. This is not going to be that type of climate. Look at that drop. Oof. I should have did Friday puts instead of Thursday puts. That's where my mistake was. I probably could have kept a little bit of a change there. I'll tell her. Oh, my Q. Oh, we getting some noise over in that side on the Qs. I'll check that out when I get off with y'all. But yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. It really helps with the algorithm. And I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I'm almost 340. I can't wait to get to that 500 mark. That is our goal. And I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Y'all the ones that makes this so much fun to do. All right, so far we got ourselves our opening range that is starting to get set up here. So let's go ahead and get this set, and that is like this. So our strange let's adjust that. Our stranger danger is sitting around 881 right now, and that's the one that's going to be our pivotal points. That's the reason why I call it stranger danger. It sometimes acts like a magnet, sometimes it acts like a repellent. It just does all types of craziness, but you can kind of see I have these order blocks that's here, and these order blocks are built on the daily and trying to get the sense of what the market can relatively do. Strong reaction for rejection. I thought I was going to put in the evening star. That failed. We got a nice solid bounce, so I think the bears do not have the control that I thought they would have when it's all said and done. Let me get rid of this line here. And we probably could get ourselves a little bit more of a pullback into that upper register. but I think there's some bears that's sitting somewhere. That's why I still got this order block. This order block is built on a 15-minute, I believe. Let me just take a double check, make sure. Yeah, I believe I did that on a 15-minute, if not the 30-minute. And what I'm looking for is that this area here is probably going to give a nice low rejection just all the same. Meanwhile, of course, oil is still dropping. Oh, that is not oil. Why you aim at? Gotta love that. CL. Right. Oil was still dropping when I last seen it, and you can kind of see we got this nice little push to the downside. If we go over to the daily, you can see why we're getting a push up. It got real close to this order block, so I think this fair value gap test is the reason why we bounce, but I don't think it's strong enough. So I'm looking for oil to continue more downside, maybe bounce off of 61.74. So just be conscious of that level. And then the last one we're going to look at is gold, and that is not gold. Why is all my tickers saying AMAT? That is interesting. This is GC, and this is what this bad boy looks like. And you can kind of see we're still inside of that channel. This channel has been very, very strong. Even though we kind of did a bull flag, bull pennant type of explosion, it just did a nice little wick through. That's it. So I think they're going to build a nice little base. So next week, I'm proud to, let's go 60% sure I am going to be bullish on gold. Just got to see how this Hornetide thing pans out, as today is the expiration date for the month of August. So a lot of contracts are starting to get cycled from the options and futures market. So just keep that in mind as the volatility kicks in, and we'll see how the market treats it. Okay, we got 10 minutes until opening range is completely set. So we're going to see how this pans out. If there was a target, let me see how this 4 hour looks. Not really. I don't see much of a target. I wouldn't want to play to the downside until we get closer to this area, because this thing can do whatever it wants. Let's see if we can find something on the weekly. Maybe we'll find something else. No. That's why I feel like we're still on top of a lot of bullish momentum, and that's why we're kind of sitting on this base. I will be surprised we push up. I will not be surprised at all. So just be patient, folks. Do not do nothing rash. Let's see. Maybe monthly. Maybe the monthly got something for us. Now the monthly is interesting. So last week I kind of talked to y'all about seasonality, right? So when it comes down to seasonality, there's a point where, okay, you can't get mangoes in the middle of winter. You can't get watermelons in the middle of the winter. There's a season for everything. So they usually plant all their seeds, get the harvest ready, so that way they can be able to till them in the spring going into the summer for harvest, right? That's how it kind of works. The market has its seasons as well. So talking about seasonality, we're coming from a very bullish month in July, and that one had a high percentage of staying on the bullish side. August, unfortunately, does not have that same sentiment. It is about a 67% chance. So 1 out of 3 times that you're playing in the month of August, you're probably going to see a red candle when it's finished. So are we going to get that this month? Are we going to erase this Hornetide, move to this upside 536 points or so, bring it all the way back down just to turn it red? To do so would be about that number. So that's the one I'm very curious about. And because we kind of stair-stepped here and we showed weakness here, we could, but because we made new highs, I will not be surprised that new investors have stepped into the plate, and this contract expirations, just people readjusting, taking their money off the table a little bit and minimizing their risk. But generally speaking, we are still bullish. So until they break the trends, I would say, yeah, upside. That's all I see is nothing but upside. Let's go to the 2 hour. Let me see if I can find something to target, because we have nothing to relatively target. Don't like that one either. So here's my take. What happened? My bad. Yes, you know what? I apologize. Nothing but bullish. 0 There is no bear case. I don't even know why I even discussed anything on the bear side in itself. It's 700 or bust for the SPY. So we try to get ourselves to these upsides. How did I not forget about that? That's my bad. My bad. I got you, Rod. I got you. But yeah, I would say just be patient here. We got about another 7 minutes until the market has established its opening range. Right now, it looks a little bearish for a pullback. Maybe we come back to the 800, which would bring us to about 687, and then that'll be our bounce in itself. But I think we're going to get a very spicy Michigan sentiment. Let me look at the dollar. Let's see what the dollar is doing. And that's supposed to be the spot for my dollar. And for some reason, it says Amen. I don't know what I did. Maybe I messed up my computer or something. Yeah, so the dollar is not falling. I want a falling dollar, right? Because then that will give us that rally. Rod, you should be charting the crap out of the dollar. You're looking for this trend line to break, and when that trend line breaks, you're probably going to get all that smoke for that thing to get to $700 for real. But yeah, this base here that we're building here, we did wick a lower low here, but I'm still not convinced. I don't know if we're going to break it because they did take out all the sell side liquidity of that previous day. All we're sitting is on the muscle of the fair value gap test from here, and the fact that we had a massive rejection back in Monday. Hence the reason why it was so choppy. The dollar's momentum was so high that it looks like it was going to go up, which was going to make the market drop, and they would not drop. So eventually capitulation kicks in. That's why you got this long wick, continuation, and then the pullback on Thursday as some things got rebalanced. Hence the reason why my Lulu is a little bit red today. All right, so let's go ahead and come back over to NQ. Let's see what's going on over there. Still in the range, still trying to establish itself. I don't see anything. To be honest, I really think the real trade is going to happen at 10 o'clock. I think that's when we're going to really get some real good price action in itself. Oh, look at what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of talking. I haven't even logged into any of my accounts. What if the trade showed up right now? Got to be prepared. All right, we got one here. Let's get the other one. Let's get you out the way. Okay. Okay. Then this one is Robinhood. Gotta have the Robinhood going. If you haven't checked out Legends, that thing is pretty cool. It does still missing a few things before it really comes for mainstream, but it's a pretty cool little software that they're developing over at Robinhood right now. All right, so all this is set up, and then let me do one last launch. Let's get you up here, and then I'll have my Thinkorswim up there with you. Come on, get up there. All right. Oh, that Lulu recovered something nice with another gap up. Oh, you know the funny thing about Lulu? I was gonna go ahead and just add to the position, but it's like, well, Jeff, you know this is that stuff that gets you in trouble. You already at your max position, and I was gonna just average down. Gotta stick with the plan. Don't trade your money. Trade your plan, and nothing too bad can go wrong when you have everything planned. You already have contingencies. At least that's how I see it. That's how my mentor told me. Trade your money, trade your plan, not your money. All right, we got 3 minutes and 35 seconds until the market makes its decision on this 15 minutes. Actually, let me see what oil looks like with their 15-minute. Looks like they're trying to still give it a little bit of a bounce. And gold is coming down with NQ, obviously. They usually work lockstep. All right, come on, baby. Hold your base. Because what I'm thinking is we're here because they want to see how cheap they can get it so that way they can get a nice little bounce when Michigan sentiment comes into play. Or this is letting us know that Michigan sentiment is going to come real spicy and make that dollar shoot up, putting pressure on our equities market. Actually, let me go to British. This is so annoying. Let me get the British pound, 6B. All right, here's the British pound. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, okay. So this looks like how mm, this looks like we could still fall with the British pound. And that's giving me a little bit more bearish sentiment here. I wanted, since we got rid of this pivot here on this right shoulder, I wanted it to just go ahead and take off. And then when I mean still fall, I mean a fall for a short period of time, not for a long period of time. That's what I mean by that. So just keep that in mind. And what it's probably going to be, we're probably doing that break and retest, and then it's going to go ahead and take off. That's what the British pound looks like for us. So let me see how that translates over at NQ. But it should be in sync. Are they going to let the British pound? Yes. You know what? Let me not overcomplicate it. I'm not going to confuse y'all when it's all said. Like this could really give us a very interesting spot, because what I think is the British pound and NQ are not in sync. And normally, if the dollar is dropping, the British pound is pumping. That means the dollar dropping makes equities pop at the same time. So we got a bit of a divergence between the currencies right now, right? The currency for the British pound is going up. The dollar is not per se dropping, but it's in its lower register. But NQ is pulling back right now. And that's why I'm like, oh, could this just be the bounce off of this target? And we're going to get in which this order block could be our catalyst. And that's what I'm looking at right now. I think we're getting that reversal here. Might not be for a long time too, because again, I want to see that oscillator reset for the British pound, but that's just a good little food for thought. 35 seconds. Did Bitcoin, hold on, let me see something. Get back in queue. Did Bitcoin get to 125? No, wrong BTC. I like to use Coinbase. And let's see. Did it get to 125? Oh, it almost got there. That could be why tech is dropping. That can be it. It's funny how Bitcoin gets responded to with tech and its response to it sometimes. All right, we're probably going to get ourselves a nice little solid bounce. Got a little bit of a signal on one of my alerts. Probably that pullback. Let me see what's going on there. Yeah, we because we did a nice little 45-minute push to the downside for the most part. They're anticipating continuation to the downside. I'm leaning on maybe not, but we are in a bearish state. Let's see if we can get that discount. Could it be that they're giving more of a pullback knowing that the 10 o'clock news is coming? Patience. All right, so what we like to do here, if this is the first time you're on the show, we do open and range. Open and range is already set. It's established. Our low of the 15-minute is 835. Strange danger at 873. Right now showing bearish momentum. And what we want to see is the 5-minute close below. Oh, Javi's here. Good morning, Javi. Right? And get the 5-minute to close below here. All right. Psychological level 800. I think that's probably what they're targeting right now. Let's go ahead and put a nice little line here. Let's see how they respond to that. 23,800. This is an order block inside of an order block. It can bounce here. They're trying their best. Now, you know what? Let me do it like this, because I don't have that one open. Let me go ahead and just do it. Oh, what just happened? Did that just delete my screen? Oh, that's not what I tried to do. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, so what I am seeing is what I'm going to get on the screen for y'all. Yeah, they are trying to push this bad boy right to that 800. I got a 45-minute 200 moving average at 769. That's another area that we could probably bounce off of. We're trying to get to that 794. At the bottom of the wick that happened on Thursday. Let me get myself. I don't think I'm ready for an option contract yet, as tempting as this is. Let's say you're waiting for a pullback. Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right, gonna look for a reversal somewhere around here. I have my chart. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save my layout. I'm gonna load my final. I need to have the right chart. Can't be playing around with this. All right, so trying to build a base right here on this 800. They're doing their best. I don't think they're going to win because this is just way too much momentum. But they might do one of those liquidation sweeps, come below here and then scoop it right back up. Let's see if we can find somewhere where there's a nice little target. So there's multiple ways of doing targets. Sometimes it's to the wick. Sometimes it's to the body. And I think right now that's what we're getting is that wick action here. Oh, I wanted to look at that continuation. That's what I was saying. That 45-minute continuation. Oh. And then now the 5 minutes going to kick in, and then we're coming straight to a nice little block like a 200 moving average at 769. Not a fan here at all for anything to the downside here. Not a fan. I see bullish divergences coming in. I want to take a stab at this. Probably should have did it a few seconds ago, but we could get our head hit right at that 800 level where they treat a previous support as resistance, and I think that's what we're going to get here. 5 minute is complete. It breaks support. Maybe I'll follow the trend. Bullish above 808. Yeah, I know I'm sounding confusing. I apologize in advance. Bullish above 808. Bearish below 781 for right now. For very temporarily right now. Or just waiting for 10 o'clock for this news that's going to go ahead and really rock the market. I'm thinking that they're pulling this back for a massive pull to the upside again. That's what it feels like to me. But we don't operate on feelings. We don't operate on hopium. We look at the facts in front of us, and we carry no biases. Or at least we attempt to. All right, they about to break the support that I was just saying might be bearish below here. Give it a few more seconds. Don't you dare try to explode yet. All right, that could be a double bottom. You know, I'm taking a shot to the downside, even though that's $100. That happened too quick. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait, this thing looked like it could break, but that thing did a shallow break, like it can't get through there. And I was like, oh, this looked like a double bottom, but I'm gonna risk the $100. And they sure enough took my $100. They didn't care. They didn't even give me like, oh, you know what? We'll give them a shot. We'll give them a chance. They're like, nah, this double bottom's gonna hold. They said thank you. with no receipts. All right, so we might. Yeah, I think we're about to break out the top right here. This is that 800 level again. Do they have enough to get back above 808? I think that's the safer spot for you being bullish. The problem is we're going to be running right into a brick wall roughly around 817. Let's see if we can capture a few points here. Oh, you hit your goal? Log out of that account, and that's what I'm talking about. $500. That's it. Keeps the bill collectors away. Oh, this is the part when you go in with the rapid fire and then all the trades don't go your way. Yeah, I'd rather you do that with a eval than for you to do it with your own account itself. I really do. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, triple bottom. Oh, come on. Ah, don't you hit me for another 100. Do not hit me for another $100. Don't you dare. 762. Let's call it at 761. Ah, they hit me for another $100. Ah, you see, this is why I said I was gonna wait for 10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, that should be a solid continuation, especially rejected off the 800, like a break and retest, and yeah, they're trying to catch the bot. They're trying to catch the bottom here. See, they flipping it right back over again. Yeah, yeah, and then now they created a 5 minute fair value gap right here. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at you. Look at you. You're doing it too early. If the, which makes me think that Michigan sentiment is not going to be, because I was thinking Michigan's. So here's my theory when I came into the week, and I'm completely could be completely wrong, and it's okay. But this is how I came across. I found out that CPI was going to be so spaced out from PPI. In the middle, smack job was the jobs report at 8:30 as well on that Thursday, and then we had Michigan sentiment with contract expiration, which is today. So I felt like CPI was going to give us that pop. Everybody's going to be a little paranoid or whatever. They're going to start to take some of their money. When they started to take some of their money, that's why we got the Thursday drop the way that we did. And then Michigan sentiment is going to tell us the truth, how the consumers feel, right? And if the consumers feel like inflation is under control or whatever the case may be, this thing can make this market rally something vicious. Right now, we got a 5 minute warning star that's forming here. It's too close. It's too close to the news for me to. I'm not going to do that. I am not going to trade this and then out of nowhere run into a brick wall. We're not doing that. It's trying to do a morning star, but again, the news. We're talking about 3 minutes of a trade. What if it pulls back on you? What if it just consolidates it on? And like, we're better off waiting for the news. Now, if you're going to risk like, let's just say a couple of dollars, like $10, $20 or whatever, and see what happens. No harm, no foul. Worst case scenario, it goes against you. You probably lose like what, maybe $200, especially if you're playing on micro. So it's not a bad idea. It's just mind your leverage. Hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It just smells and reeks of being a pullback. Hmm. Yeah. Think of it like this. Think of it like this, right? The Weather Channel has an app that tells you when rain comes, and then they have this thing that's like radar, where they try to predict where storms are coming or whatever the case may be, and even rain clouds, right? Now, if you hit the play button, it projects where it would end based on its trajectory and momentum, speed, and all that stuff, right? So we're so close to it. It's basically saying, hey, there's going to be rain in a minute and 23 seconds right now. So stay in your safest position. Now, if the rain deviates and it kind of goes across your house, but the rain never falls in your property, guess what? It's cool, but at least you stayed the safe side and stayed inside the house. I'm not going to take a trade. That's the position I take. Or if you're going to go outside, at least carry an umbrella. That's your stop loss. So if you're going to try to take this trade knowing that news is coming, that means the market climate, the market condition can shift on a dime as soon as the news drop. Take some protection with you. That's all I'm asking. So yes, upside does look good, but you can see how sideways we just been for the past 3 minutes. It wasn't planning to go anywhere. This is just people adjusting their positions. Okay. Yeah. Well, the five minute opening range is on point. That's exactly what we should be taking as downside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. All right. There's our. That wasn't taking on damn upside. That's why. Look at that. Oh, the disrespect. Mm-hmm. It didn't even execute. They had too many orders at that level. Looking more like a double bottom again. I got a kick right here that they're trying to fill right back up. To be honest, I think I would be more bullish above 820. I'm thinking about taking a small position in a little bit, and then what I'm gonna do is add like maybe like, yeah, I think we're gonna go with the 1 2 3 process. One at one point. Oh no, it looks like up. It really does. Let's go over to the news. Let's see what the Michigan Sentiment came up with, and then we'll try to see if we can determine what they are planning as far as that. Mixed bag, but it's bearish for the dollar. You see that? Bearish for the dollar. Yep. That's what I was thinking. That they were playing this little game. They intentionally spaced out PPI and CPI, made PPI push down because they knew that consumer sentiment was going to go ahead and try to push us back up. Look at this thing. Look at this. Mm, 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 mm. I'm doing a small position right now. I'm like, it's okay. Ah, 390. I was about to add multiple contracts. Hold your water. Hold your water. Hold your water. Don't you be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. I only got one contract. I only got one contract. Come on. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. It's gonna go stranger danger. It's gonna go. Oh, come on. Don't you dare. Don't you, don't you dare come by that wick. Come on. I gotta take the break even. I gotta take the break. I was trying because I did not have multiple contracts. I'm trying to hold it through. I'm trying to hold it through. Well then, you know what? Let me stick with my 1, 2, 3. So that means I would be adding to a position somewhere in that upper register of that rejection we just did. And then we'll probably aim for the stranger danger. So that means if we're aiming for stranger danger, then we're probably going to be going for 873, which 858 would be a good spot for me to add. So that would probably be 865 to that 873. Come, yeah, no, you're on point. No, we're on the same page. It's just it was pulling back something uncomfortable. That's the whole thing. Come on, get your butt up, get your butt back up, so I can push this stop loss into profit. Come on, come on, baby, come on, baby. We're hitting my 15-second 200. That's the part. That's the one that's really. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it, folks. Those over at YouTube, they wait. What did he just say? Did he just say 15 seconds? Yes, I did. I just did say that. Come on, come. There we go. That's the one. That's the real move. That's the real move. Come on, explode now. Explode now. I just tightened up my stop. I got $600 on the board. They came for my 595. I'll take it. All right, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. 595. Let's shift. I'm gonna go to my micros because I'm in. I got one account that's in resuscitation mode. Let's see if I can save it. So we kind of filled a partial of a gap that I was staring at, and we're coming to this order block. That's what made me kind of be a little hesitant. I think it's going to stranger danger. You're absolutely right. But I wanted to lock in. That's the whole thing. I do not like walking around and not have any protection. That's the whole entire thing. So this. I'm gonna have to wait for the oscillators to reset. Yes. I don't know where NQ been. I don't know what NQ, what type of stuff NQ tends to do overnight. I don't know. So I need to have protection if I'm gonna deal with an NQ. I'm happy because I locked in 600. That was the plan. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna at least walk away with something. It spiked up to like 7 and then rejected. So all this is just a lot of drift. So we may come to VWAP. So VWAP, I have that sitting. Let me expand this a little bit so you can see VWAP. Roughly around 868. But this was perfect. Like I said, bullish above 808, which 808 was right around this level. There wasn't breaking it. I was bearish under the 7 and some change. They used it as liquidity sweep, but it never really held any levels down here. So we reversed, we changed our position based on those parameters. We made higher highs. This is a pullback into the order block. I'm looking for a reversal over here so I could go ahead and take. Oh my God, I still didn't go to micros. I could have easily messed up that account. I was going to go ahead and go with 2 micros for this account. All right, so I'm looking to see if this can hold that 850. All right, we're going to take the first stab here. Let's go. Let's see if we can hold our water here. I'm looking for us to get to VWAP, so I'm going to go ahead and put something like this right here. Because if we can go to VWAP, everything should go ahead and pan out. We got some imbalances that they could come after. Come on, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Leave that fair. They're being jerks about it. That was a good order block bounce. Come on, hold your water. Hold your water. Hold it. All right, get all that sell side liquidity they just put in. Come on, flip this candle green. Come on, flip this candle green. The crazy part about this is this can do a lot of wrongs because this is contract expiration for the month. That's the only thing that makes me a little apprehensive on this upside, but I'm still holding on. Come on. Yeah, yep. I'm trying to resuscitate this account from the depths. from the pits and give it a second wind. Come on. At least touch VWAP before y'all do all of this. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not even asking for anything too crazy. Let the momentum catch you. Yep. 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 And then that 5 minutes is going to give us a higher low. Come on. Where my bulls? Where my bulls? Where my bulls at? Where my bulls? Come on, baby. Got 28 seconds. They're doing everything in their power to make this 5 minute look a little crazy. They won't let it be great. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Ah, damn it. I did the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. I did the wrong doggone thing. I entered that trade. I entered that trade wrong. Ah! I bloopered that one. That's because this thing is so damn tiny. That trailing drawdown is freaking vicious right now. All right. I just really messed that step up. I was supposed to put my stop, then push it into profit, and as I'm putting my stop, it triggered the next 5 minute candle that I didn't see, and it kind of did a tweezer top. So yeah, kind of bloopered that one. All right, let's go back to our regular scheduled program. It's close to strange danger, but we didn't touch VWAP, so I think we're going to touch VWAP soon. Come on. Get that VWAP. You're too close to VWAP not to tap it. Go get that VWAP. Nah, it didn't touch it. It has not touched VWAP. I don't think it did. If it did, then I'm being bamboozled right now. Yeah, I'm being bamboozled. I'm being bamboozled right now. I can't switch the screen to the 1 minute right now. Not right now. The green candle did it. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to really mess with people. Go get that VWAP and stop being difficult. You know what? Y'all want to be jerks about this, right? Y'all won't go get VWAP. All right, fine. Now I'm gonna target the 800 then. If y'all wanna be jerks, I'm gonna target the 800 also. Give me my explosion and stop being difficult. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That is so evil. That is so evil. You're not gonna do that. Ah, I was about to put my stop loss in the profit. I couldn't get it in there. You're gonna give me my green. That's what you're gonna give me. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I'm like, give me the VWAP. And I'm trying to get my stop loss in the profit. I can't even get it into profit. Ah, that's 3 trades in that one. My second one, I'm still up 500. Look at this. And then they go right back up. Ah, that is so jerkish. Oh, I see why. I see why that happened. Damn, that's me. I was too much into the trees and then I check out the forest. That's what I see why I messed that up. I'm going right into a, yeah, I'm going right into a wick. There was no fair value gaps to target. Yeah, yeah. So one account they kind of beat me up, and then this one I have $688. So the other one I gotta make up like 1,400. Because I was literally coming. This is exactly my target for the other one, that 800. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get up to this area. Look how close we are. So close. All I was doing was targeting this area at 885, and they wouldn't give me that. Well, it's one of those drifty ups. Like everybody's stop loss is sitting like probably right around this area. You remember how I was having that conversation with you on 5 minutes and everything? I just had too much of a high leverage. I gotta start putting my high leverages here. I'm such a breakout trader that I'm like, oh, there's the break, get more. Versus, all right, it can't go lower than this because I don't like to catch knives. I've done that so long in my trading career that I don't like doing that. Nah, I don't like to catch knives. I ain't with that. I ain't not with that. I mean, sometimes you're a bad influence. No, that's what it is, courage. All right, we'll call it courage. I'm gonna take one stab here and see if I can get a one contract move here. I am. I'm gonna wait for it to see if it bounce off the 200, which I think we will. There it is. Let's get another push because that's the VWAP rebalancing. Those that like to play the VWAP gave it a kick. We got a little bit of a bearish divergence here. That's the only problem that I'm having with it. This thing can come back down. All right, let's get a bounce. Let's get a bounce. Okay. Let's get a follow through. Follow through to the upside, not follow through down. Yeah, stranger danger is going to be that repel. It was $200 to see if I was going to get more of that, because what I was starting to target was that we kind of made this kick action here, and I was saying we're going to get more of this fair value gap because that 5-minute fair value gap looks very tempting. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Look at this. Look at this. They came under there. I was gonna buy the dip on that one, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me see. 414. I was waiting for this news. I'm thinking we're gonna be more directional. This is like a lot more chopped than I expected. Another attempt. Let's see how this goes. All right, new 5-minute candle. Let's see what this new 5-minute candle does. Come on, 5-minute players. Where are y'all? Where is my 5-minute bulls? There you are. Just put my stop loss into profit. Protect myself. Oh, come on. I can't put stop losses in profit. Oh, you better not take off that top. Oh, man. Come on. Get away from that wick. Get away from that wick. Ah, they took him out. They took him out. Oh my god. Choppiness. Alright, that said, at least I'm positive. 400. If you take between both accounts, I'm red 1K. That's alright. Probably find something better in the middle of this chaos in itself, but it's a stranger danger rejection, but it just has its hallmarks that we could just it's not just run out of gas. I think what also there's so much sellers sitting right in this area because they know if this thing breaks through here, we're going right to that bullish line. They're trying their best to make sure that that doesn't happen. That is close to the order block, but we're getting these top wiki actions. Not going to take that trade, even though it's tempting to take it back to the upside from here. They took out 2 of the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. The third would be here, triggering a massive sell-off probably. So they're trying to catch it before it gets to the block. I think a nice retest to the block, maybe for 844, would be better of a trade before they do a bull trap and spring it on these more recent bulls. So this is not a good spot, as tempting as it is, because it's so close to the order block. And you're like, I don't want to miss this trade, so let me get in now. And then I know you're part of the sweep. Ah, they're getting all the sell side liquid. Damn it! I was like, it's close to it, but should I take it here? All right, fair value gaps is affected. They're trying to take it off the bounce here. If this thing gives me one more reversal here, I'm gonna take it up. Not like that. It's going right to an order block though. I wanted to. I wanted to take it off of that. Mm-hmm. All the candles, they're going and then they rip it right back. Going, ripping it right back. So yeah, when fair value gaps don't hold, it usually is a warning sign. Mm-hmm. All right, this is the bears attempting to get a little control here. You got 24 seconds. Yeah, I'm probably gonna let YouTube go from here too, because it's even though we're up in one account, I just feel like I wanted to be up on both accounts. That was my next challenge for today, was being up on both. No, not a dollar amount, being up. There's a big difference. But since I am red, it is what it is, and I did go with key leverage. Mm-hmm. All right, this is their attempt to try to see if they can go ahead and go even lower, maybe even get into the order block. If this part of it fails and they bounce it here, got 10 seconds. Oh no, actually more than that. Oh, they took that low out. Okay, so now this is where I'm looking for reversal. That's why I wanted order block, then reverse. There we go. I'm taking that. I'm going to add here. You say you don't know if it's going to be a mindset? Why not? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was because of your trade. Okay. Well, safe travels. This is Philadelphia, right? Okay. That should be a lot of fun. Oh, he has to. I know they're known for their cheesesteaks. I don't know about their tacos. Oh, that's interesting. Come on. Stay above the order block. You just put in an order block just there. They're trying to smack it right back down, try to keep that sell side liquidity safe. You see that? Hit it again. They hit it again. There we go. Stay right there. Oof. They hit it again. Mm. Mm. They're trying to go for that buy side liquidity on the fair value gap. They're doing everything in their power. I don't think you could get it. Bounce. Come on, bounce. We're coming off the order block. We're going to the top order block. Level to level. Come on. I'm going to tighten up my stop. There we go. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Get to that VWAP. And tighten up my stop again. Let's go. Push. There we go. My stop loss is close to break even. Oh, as soon as I put it at break even, they went for it. Yo, that is so evil. Oh my god. That was exactly what I was looking for, and they took me completely out, Javi. Mm-mm. Yeah. That said, we're still up. I'm only up 420 instead of 4 because I had like $100 on that. I lowered my leverage, but I was like, all right, let me put that stop loss in. Let me get it. They're like, yeah, thank you. We appreciate you. So since it's so choppy, we're going to go ahead and let y'all go. We don't want y'all to do anything reckless. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. We'll find some better trades on, and of course, Monday is coming. Don't forget, later on this afternoon, you're going to get a nice breakdown video called After the Trades. We're going to talk about what happened throughout this week, see the good, see the bad, see the ugly, and that way you can stay as consistent as possible. That said, see y'all later.